What is going on, guys? Corrosive Bully here, and it is time. The official breakdown of all of the new characters, all the new content is finally here. We went over a little bit of the kits when they were displayed on social media. We're going to go on a deep dive and actually go over what each of these guys do specifically. So, if you guys liked the reaction, you guys liked the initial part, and you want to see more stuff like this for Dragon Ball Legends, hit that like button, comment down below who and what you are most excited for about this particular update, and let me know as well what your favorite part of this celebration has been, and let's dive right in. So we're going to start with our boy, Super Saiyan God Blue Gogeta. This is who we are going to be primarily summoning for first tonight. The stream will be happening at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10 p.m. Pacific. So if you guys want to come and join us, you can join us on twitch.tv/corrosivebullet for the live stream of our summons. Banners go live at 2 a.m. I believe, on my time, Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. So let's do 6 stars, because I'm not let's go 6 stars, because I'm probably not going to get, let's go 3. Let's go 3, just to kind of see, because I doubt we're going to be, getting more than 2 copies. So he's on Saiyan, Fusion Warrior, God Ki. He's a melee type. He's yellow in Sagas. This is going to be the first, this is what Fusion needed, by the way, was a yellow unit. 2 million health, 212 strike, 208 blast, 130,000 strike defense and blast defense. Defenses aren't too crazy. Attacks are relatively standard for what we kind of see, but it really just depends on what the kid is and not what his actual stats are at. So let's take a look. Main ability, I'm far stronger than that. Draw the ultimate arts card Meteor Explosion next. Restores own health by 30% and ki by 40. Gain attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemies, sustains damage cut effects. For 30 timer counts, that's pretty good. Nullifies own attribute downgrades and conditions for 30 timer counts. This is a very solid ability. And by the way, it was mentioned before in our reaction video. I accidentally called it Stardust Fall. It is Meteor Explosion. Someone corrected me in the comments. Thank you for correcting me. I was a little caught up in the hype and just kind of blurted out the first thing that came to my head. So thank you for correcting that. You are right. It was Meteor Explosion was the LF move. So Ultimate Fusion applies the following effect to self when battle starts. 60% to damage inflicted cannot be canceled. He gains an instant 30% damage reduction, cannot be canceled, and 50% ki recovery cannot be canceled. Applies the following effect to self when he enters the battlefield. Restores health by 10, restore ki by 30, 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, gain buff effect, nullifies enemies' special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 timer counts, and activate 3 times. Very solid ability. The amount of damage that he's getting is kind of insane with just this one ability. So, and then just so there's no confusion, this is nullifying cover change effects. So if there's like a counter for cover changing, this nullifies it for 10 timer counts. So very handy. I don't think I've ever seen any character use this before, so that's really cool. All surpassing power plus 25% to damage inflicted against powerful opponents cannot be canceled. So right off the bat, he's already gaining, what is that, 60, 80, 105. Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or blast art. 10% to damage inflicted up to 50%. That can't be canceled either. So he's 155% damage. And then on top of that, plus 5 to ultimate damage inflicted up to 30%. So he's getting 185% increase in his damage output just off his kit. And none of it can be canceled. This guy's going to be a powerhouse. He's going to hit hard. And he's obviously built to, you have to build him up over time. So he's probably going to be your last man standing unit just for that fact alone. Knocks the enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts card. Activates during assists. That's an interesting one. I don't think I've seen this before either. And this is comboable with special move arts. Interesting. So when he cover changes in, it knocks the enemy back to long range, and then that can be comboed with special moves. Interesting. Okay. Nothing with strike. Oh my god, what? Anti-blast armor? His blast is 100% to blast damage inflicted against enemies' armor. This is new too. We have not seen this before. Oh my god, this Gogeta is nuts. So basically, you are doing so much more damage against anyone with blast armor. Rest in peace to like every LF unit in every like recent unit that's come out in the past couple months. That's rough. That's very rough. Deals massive impact. Stardust Shooter deals massive impact damage. 30% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. Inflicts enemy with minus 50% health restoration for 20 timer counts. And this is what we were looking at before. His special skill is God Counter. Reduces damage received by 30% for 5 timer counts upon activation. Counter is activated upon enemies tap, tackle, or strike arts while posing. And then when it activates, draw strike arts card, restore own ki by 40, 50% to damage inflicted for 10, cancels the enemy attribute upgrades, and inflicts all enemies with no switching for 5 timer counts, and it's completely comboable. Guys, this is the best unit in the game, hands down, 100%. This guy does so much. And then his ultimate skill is Supreme Impact Damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 33 timer counts. Nullifies enemies. Restore health when it reaches 0. Effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts. I wonder if this works on self. I wonder. So it's 20% with your strike cards, and then it adds plus 10 to your blast. And then if you get him up to 3 stars, he buffs Sagas, God Ki, and Fusion Warriors. So 6 stars. That's gonna be tough to get, guys, but I believe in y'all. No, best unit in the game, hands down. No contest. Next, we'll go to LF Broly. He is on the Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Powerful Opponents, and Sagas tag. Again, we'll do 3 stars. Alright, so he gets slightly more health than Gogeta. 207 strike arts, higher strike, not as high a blast for Gogeta. His defenses are similar. So, all in all, can't determine by the base stats. He's pretty much like every other unit from the past couple months. Main ability, Limitless Evolution. Draw an Ultimate Arts card, Gigantic Force, next. Restores own health by 25% and ki by 50. Gain buff effect, nullifies enemies' special actions that activate when changing cover. For 15 timer counts, cancels his own downgrades and conditions. So, basically, gain buff effect, nullifies enemy special. Oh, wow. Yeah, so he gets the same thing. Interesting. Alright. Unique ability, or Meteoric Progress. 50% to damage inflicted against Saiyans can't be cancelled. 50% to strike damage inflicted to all characters except Saiyans can't be cancelled. So basically, he gets 50% damage against all characters. It's interesting that this is just standard damage overall and just strike on this one, but that's neither this or that. 20% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when he uses an arts card. Same thing when he evades with a Vanish Step. Same thing when the enemy attack is over. I was saying this before, you're going to have to constantly use this Broly. Just do everything with him, and he will get stronger. While this character is on the battlefield, for Convergence of Wrath, when he's on the battlefield, applies the following effect to self when enemy switches characters. Restores health by 10 up to 5 times. That's pretty good. 50% every time you switch. So if you're playing up against him, make sure you're not switching too often. 25% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. So up to 70. So yeah, up to 75% in like a short time span. That's pretty good. Art draw speed by 1 for 10. Restore advantage gauge by 50% up to 5 times. That's pretty good too. Reduces damage received by 40 until combo ends when changing cover. Knocks enemy back to long range, so he's got the same thing as Gogeta. So yeah, not as impressive as Gogeta in my opinion, but this guy is going to hit like a truck. Probably more so than Gogeta in some aspects. So pretty solid. So his strike has blast armor in general. His blast restores ki by 5 upon activation. So that's a little bit better than Vegito's, Blue Vegito. It's just basically activate it, gain 5 ki. That's pretty good. Blaster Cannon, deal massive impact damage and 30% to inflict faint. Roar of Awakening, restores own ki by 30. Increases own speed by 1 for 15 timer counts. Reduces next damage sustained by 30. This applies until the enemy combo is finished. Okay. So basically use this when you're about to get rushed, is basically what I'm seeing with that. Pretty good. Pretty good. Gigantic Force. Deal massive impact damage. Applies upon activation. 30% to damage inflicted. Ultimate damage inflicted for 30. 100% to minus 100% to enemies. Sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. Inflicts force switching on hit. That's pretty good. I feel like every Broly has this in some fashion. So, and then his strike. One of his strike cards is strike cards inflict enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received. Okay, so he's pretty good. And then he's 32% powerful opponent. Sagas, strike, attack, and defense, and then 15 that are both of those. All in all, this Broly's good. He's definitely not Gogeta good. He's not Gogeta good whatsoever. So yeah, that he's pretty good. I like him. Again, I'm definitely summoning for Gogeta, but not a deal breaker for those who want to go for Broly. Final form Frieza. Frieza Force transforming warrior LOE. We're gonna go for 6 stars like we normally do. So with 6 stars, he's at about 2.09 health, 204 strike, 213 blast. Defenses are better than the LFs. Shall we put you with a little test of the main ability? Ultimate card Nova Storm. Restores own ki by 30. 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 2 art card draw speed level for 15 timer counts. That's pretty good. He's got a solid main ability. Unique ability, the Emperor arrives. Following effect occurs when this character enters the battlefield. 80% to damage inflicted cannot be stacked. That's a lot. Just for entering. Reduces damage received by 25% for 15 timer counts, and then you draw special arts next. Also increases damage inflicted according to the number of Dragon Balls you possess. 3 to 6 is 30, 7 is 50. So, at max, just on entering the battlefield, he's getting 130 to his attack. Pretty good. Ignoble Extermination. The following effects occur when landing a strike or blast. Restore own ki by 10. Inflict enemy with plus 25 damage received for 10 and minus 50 to health recovery for 10. Applies the following effects to enemy when this character lands a blast arts hit. Reduce ki by 50 and inflicts attribute downgrade minus 30 to ki recovery for 3 timer counts. Nothing special with this strike or blast. Prize Death Beam. Deals massive pierce damage. Can gain attribute upgrade minus 100 to sustain damage cut for 3 counts. 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed. And he gets blast armor, so it's a rush. Which is kind of different for what a Frieza unit does. So I kind of like that. Psycho Capture applies upon activation. Draw one card randomly. Cancel enemy buff effects. Take your opponent's Dragon Balls and add them to your own on hit. Effects will change according to how many Dragon Balls they possess. If you take one or more, you take one, gain one. And if they have none, you gain one. Okay, so if you use this and you land this whatsoever, you're gaining a Dragon Ball no matter what. But it's the matter of you can take one Dragon Ball from your opponent. So that's actually kind of nice. 1% chance to inflict paralyze on hit. That's also pretty good. Wow. Okay. And then ultimate skill Nova Storm, massive explode damage, and it'll restore own health by 40. Okay. Destroy all enemy cards and cancel all enemy upgrades. Wow. His blast also has a 50% chance to activate a paralyze effect as well. My god. This is exactly what LOE needed. LOE needs something to counteract the massive amounts of key restoration, as well as like draw art speed, as well as just all the new stuff that's been coming out with some of the most recent units. Like this he is going to be a pinnacle on LOE going forward. 100%. Definitely is not better than the LFs, but he is definitely going to make LOE a lot more relevant than what they were. So I'm very excited about that. And then 30% to Sagas and LOE for blast, attack, and defense. And then for LOE, they gain an additional strike defense for plus 15. So very good Z ability for him. I like this Frieza. I can't wait to get him. I hope I get him. We also got an EX Broly. I'm not going to go too crazy with this guy. Because we normally don't cover the extreme units, but because of the hype around this update, we're just going to do them anyway. So 2.03 for health, 197 and 190 for blast attack, and his defenses are relatively high, all things considered. So yeah, stat wise, this EX Broly is pretty good defensively. Well, he's a defense type, so that makes sense. Attacks could be a little bit higher, but it's an EX, so it is what it is. Forged by Battle restores ally health by 25%. Draw special art cards next. Cancel attribute upgrades. That's a pretty good That's a pretty good main ability for a EX unit. Definitely gives decent support. So, Primal Stamina reduces damage received by 30% when battle starts. Can't be canceled. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle. 20 is 10% damage reduced. 40 is an additional 5. Kindling Rage applies the following effect to self according to the number of battle members when this character enters the battlefield. So this is going to be he's a last man standing unit. 3 battle members, plus 60 to damage inflicted for 20. With 2, it's 80 for 20. And then if he's the last man standing, plus 100 to damage inflicted completely. So this is pretty cool. He's got a really cool hit. I actually like this a lot. Nothing strike, nothing blast. Anger Shout, deal massive impact damage, 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. It's pretty good. And then unlock key form of attack, restore key by 40, 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and he buffs. Interesting. Okay. So it's plus 26% to up to 28% for Sagas and Saiyan strike and blast defense, plus 18 characters that have both of those tags for their strike attack. Alright, I like this Broly. Nothing to write home about. I like his kit though. It's pretty unique for what he does. And yeah. Hopefully we pull a copy of him as well. Alright, let's go look at the banners. So, for the live stream tonight, again, live stream will be at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. We will be talking about what we'll be doing and hoping what we accomplish, but we will be summoning on the Gogeta banner first. Depending on how fast I can get CC back and whatnot, if we pull Gogeta, we might jump over to the Broly banner as well and mess around with that. So we shall see. They changed up the format a little bit of these banners. Instead of 7 steps with a free summon, it's now 5. You get half off for the first step, and then it's 1,000 every other time, and then you go back to 2, I believe it said, right? Yeah. So It's an okay change. I still wish they kept the free step at the very least. At least incentivize people to go on these banners. This doesn't really incentivize, but it is what it is. I won't complain. You're still not spending as much. Yeah, you're not spending as much. You're saving maybe 600 chrono crystals because you're not doing the first 2 steps in before this. So here's what it is. Gogeta's banner, LF Frieza, Super Saiyan Goku, Zenkai Goku, Beerus, and then Frieza and Gogeta. Pretty good, all things considered. Obviously, I don't need this Beerus. I could use more of any of these units, so I'll take it. But I want to get Gogeta. Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 is back. Lavender and Basil are back as well. Vegito's on this banner. EX Broly's on this banner. This Goku is here. I don't have this Goku, so I would like to pull him. And yeah, there's a couple outliers for Sparkings, but it's not oversaturated by any means. So take what you can get. However, the Broly banner is actually pretty impressive. I think the Broly banner is a lot better in terms of value, because you get Cheeto Blue, you get this Zenkai Gohan, Majin Vegeta is pretty good. Goku Black makes his return. He's really good. This Cell's great. Organo's really good. This Gotenks is pretty fragile, but he packs a punch. This Turles is alright. So, yeah. Again, banners are not too oversaturated. It's not like, it's definitely not like the Legends Limited Z Power bait banner we had last week, where it was like every Sparking under the sun. So, these banners I think are worth it. I wish they kept the free step, but I'll take what I can get. Story-wise, we got a brand new story bit. Chapter 9, Part 9. So, be on the lookout for that. Champion bonus is coming back. So, a chance to get 1,000 crystals, so definitely do that. There's going to be a new raid event, or a new hyper-dimensional co-op. Obviously, Broly is going to be the unit. Both of these are coming back. I wonder if either of these guys are going to get a Zenkai. Now that we got LF, all the earliest story events in play. Who knows? And then at some point, I guess it's not coming this week. It's going to come in the beginning of January. There's going to be a new raid for everybody to do. So be on the lookout for that as well. But outside of that, that's really about it. Not a whole lot in terms of events, but the banners are pretty decent. All the new units are fantastic. We get a new main story, so a lot to look forward to. Again, I'm very excited to be streaming this with you guys tonight. Again, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we will be streaming, so please be on the lookout for that. Twitch.tv/Corrosive Bullet if you would like to join us. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you guys for the love and support. Like and subscribe for more. Comment down below what you were most hyped about from the celebration. And I will see you guys in the live stream. Peace.